Oh, g'day YouTube. I just thought I'd show you how hot it is today. Yeah, I'm still using a mercurial thermometer. Bar and humbug to your technology. It's probably reading a few degrees higher than it actually is. Sorry, I'm a bit shaky and this is a phone. My normal camera, I don't have an SD card reader because it broke and I can't find one in Benalla, so I gotta get one online and I just haven't done it. So that's why there's a lack of content, but that's how hot it is today. And this is not normal for December. So, yeah, and it's also, I'll hold the camera out at arm's length, maybe it'll be a little less shaky, but as you can see, it's really smoky as well. Yeah, it's horrible and smoky. I haven't gotten anything done. A couple of plants here, taking a bath. That's how I keep them watered, basically. Drop of, what's it called again? Nitrosol. Yeah, becoming domesticated, actually own fertilizer. Here's an amusing irony. The dead things in this pot are oxalis or sour grass, and they're a weed. They have yellow flowers. It's too dry for the oxalis, which is impossible to kill, but the cactus don't give a crap. These cactuses are actually growing because I've watered them a couple of times. This is another plant I've got. So it's a callistemon, basically. It shows how, like, people have a thing against native plants, but they are absolutely stunning. This one gets to 6 meters high. That is just rosemary. That was a cutting from the local supermarket. They sell a sprig, you know, a packet of 3 or 4 of them. And the idea is you use them and then you throw what's left out. Well, I didn't use all of them in whatever I was making, so I cut the end of the sprig on an angle, put it in a glass of water for a few days to get some roots going, and then I put it in here. And yeah, fertilizer, and she's just stunning. The smell off it's just gorgeous. Over here, we've got a couple of old mowers. These are off Facebook, the marketplace. Look at this beauty. Super swift. One's 1980 and one's 1981. This is 1980. This one here, actually, it smokes a bit, but yeah, I haven't run it long enough to know whether it's just that they've tipped the exhaust side down and it's got oil in the breather or not. But this one's this is a good one. I actually love this mower. It's been sitting for so long outside, the tyres have come apart. But this is one of those side throws, and if you have one of these, you absolutely need the deflector. If you just have it like that, you're going to break every window that thing faces. I was going to put a muffler on it, like a full-sized muffler, but this thing doesn't have the threads in the cylinder head, the block for it. Never seen a Stratton motor without that. That's the muffler I was going to bolt on. It's all oily and dirty, but yeah. Anyway, I haven't done anything except start removing the sticker off this old Lindbergh Foster fridge. I know I've had a couple of people wonder what's happening with that. Well, not a hell of a lot, really. I mean, yeah, I've got one shelf, which normally would go up there. So, and that's what the runners look like for it. And it's got a fairly large evaporator. So I suppose it's probably larger than what you would normally expect. Just to give you an idea of how big it is, that's my hand. So these things are odd because they were made in Cheltenham. So if you Google Bunnings Warehouse Cheltenham, that's where the factory was. And they were Australian designed and made, basically, using, from the best I can tell, well, it looks to be similar to a Kelvinator compressor, and a good friend of mine discovered that, actually, because James N. Kirby actually made compressors that were licensed from Kelvinator, which makes perfect sense. And this compressor, you can't appreciate it on the video, but it's massive. This thing I haven't really done a lot other than run it a few times, so I've run it at night when no one's around. Basically, like, that's the plug, and obviously it's really stupid to run anything electrical So, like the compressor terminals, they're all alive. There's no covers. They're all crispified and falling apart. And the compressors on these things, the compressor trays are just a thing of beauty. Like, these things were designed largely by the refrigeration engineers. That's why they look the way they do. Like, who in their right mind would design a fridge with the first probably half meter of cabinet just taken up by the refrigeration gear? Well, the cabinet was designed around the refrigeration gear, not the other way around. By the time you got to the mid to late 1950s, you noticed that they don't have that door anymore, and they'd started to design the cabinet around the refrigeration stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's such a massive compressor. Where else are you going to put it? The more modern compressors are quite a lot. How would I put this? They're a more efficient compressor. Like, they're very small for the amount of gas they pump, but these are just a thing of beauty. Like, you'll never wear one of these compressors out. Probably why these things are still around in 2019. So I've already got the paint for this thing. I'm just going to paint it myself. Obviously, I'm going to have to strip the badge and the handle off the door and the hinges and stuff. So, but this doesn't look too complicated to pull apart. It's just, if I can hold my hand still, it's just a bunch of flathead screws. The the cable, I should say, the V8 cable that powers the lamp is actually just fine. Like, it's still, if I can get it in focus, you have to forgive me because I can't see what's on the screen. It's still just perfect. The only crispy critters bit is up here. Sorry, I'm really not used to using a phone. I know it shakes and stuff and you guys hate it, but yeah. Other than that, I haven't done a lot else. It's just dry. I mean, this is normal for Australia. This is what summer looks like. Basically, everything's dead. The only things that aren't dead are either things that are being watered or native plants. I got what's left of the old couch, because our council wants 50 Australian dollars to get rid of a couch. That's how much it costs for you to leave it at the tip. And all they do is bury it the same as anything else. Bits of exhaust systems lying there. Got to get rid of that. That's the dark green VS Commodore. We lowered it, we put an exhaust on it. I don't have any video of it, but I'll show you guys the result. So yeah, basically, yeah, I don't know what I'll label this. Probably just update, rambly update or whatever. So if you guys don't like talking videos, sorry, but sometimes all I got is talking videos. It's too hot to do anything else. You can see how they didn't really spare any expense with the old fridges. Also, there's meant to be a badge there, and I fluked a German guy who collects fridge badges, and he's got the exact badge that would go on it, and it's quite large. It's that sort of size, and it's absolutely beautiful. So he traced it out on some grid paper with measurements included, so I'm going to make my own badge. It wouldn't be that difficult. I'll just use ferric chloride to etch the details into it. So, thanks for watching.